Hello everybody and welcome to Deutschland vlog number 22. This week I'm going to present you the pros and cons of doing your exchange year in a small town. So the first pro that I found by living in a small town during my exchange year is that I've actually learned the language a lot faster. Now what I mean by this is that I haven't really had that many opportunities outside of my English classroom to speak my mother language. So I've had to really focus on learning this language to be able to communicate and just get along in life. Now, a con of living in a small town is that you don't have as many exchange friends. Now, thank goodness for Skype rules, I wouldn't have any exchange friends because I am on Skype a lot with my exchange friends to be able to keep up these relationships because I can't travel that much to go see them. The second pro of living in a small town during your exchange year is that you have to make friends with the locals, or else you don't have any friends. And I am actually very grateful that I got placed into a small town for my exchange because almost all of my friends are locals, and it's just been really helpful in learning the culture, and they're really helpful in learning this language, and they're just awesome. Now the second con of living in a small town that I've really noticed is not that many people come to visit you. I've lived in this town for about 7 months now, and I've only had one visitor. But that's okay because I'd rather go to the big city and see more people at once than just have single people come to me. Now the third pro to living in a small town is that you really have to pick up on the culture and the behaviorisms and everything from your area, because this is the only culture that you have, and you don't have like the influences of a big city, because big cities have more cultures. You really only have the German culture, or wherever you're living, that culture of that country. And you really have to make yourself fit in by adapting the behaviorisms and all of the actions that are normal in your culture. Now the last con to living in a small town during your exchange year is that you have to pay out the butt for train tickets to go to the city. Now for me, I live by car about an hour north of Berlin, but when I take the train, it takes about 2.5 hours to get to the good part of Berlin, and I have to pay about 20 euros for a there and back ticket. So every time that I go to Berlin, I'm paying at least 30 euros for food and train and everything. Whereas if I lived in Berlin, I wouldn't really have to pay that much. Now all these things aside, I'm actually very thankful that I got placed into a small town for my exchange, because it's made me really have to focus on all of the core things that I came to Germany for, like making friends with the locals, learning the language, and learning a new culture. And I'm just very grateful for this entire experience that has been gifted to me, and I am very sad that I only have 5 months left of it, but I'm gonna make those a freaking amazing 5 months. So, this is Ali, and I am out. I will see you next week. Goodbye.